Hi again guys, I'm back with another unboxing. This one's come from HK Now store. One I'm pretty excited about this one. Usual Calvin's business card. There she is. Hunter Palshook's 2x4x6. Box is a little bit bruised and battered, but oh well. Hopefully the puzzle's okay inside. Let's get straight into it. This is my first ultimate shape-shifting keyboard. I'll show you what I mean by that if you're not too certain. Wow, look at this. That sticker peeling slightly there. Get that stuck down first. Now, I'm curious how well they're going to stay on it, because straight away they don't look too good, these corner stickers there. Now I can understand what's happened. The surface they're on is curved, so they might need some super glue to stay attached, because obviously it puts a lot of pressure on it. It's not just slightly curved, it's very, very highly curved, so hopefully it won't be an issue. So yeah, this is the 2x4x6. It's based off the 4x4x6 that Calvin's Puzzles produces. Basically Hunter took it and made a shape model of it, so he's glued two layers together, each layer there, and shaved it down to make it 2x4x6 instead of 4x4x6. And oh well, that turns really, really nicely. That really does. Slight grindiness on that layer, but basically I think you turn in all the interior pieces more. That one, yeah, that layer turns very nicely as well. You could finger trick that very easily. You see, very good turning quality, and that's, you know, easily doable as well. So it's not like it's bad or anything. And the small layers, it's a little bit tighter, but straight away I can feel a little bit of breaking in occurring on it. So there's a little bit. Couple of solves, I'm sure that'll improve, but yeah, that centre layer there is a little bit tight. But again, straight away, as soon as I've done a few turns, I can feel it start to break in. So I'm sure with a couple of solves it'll be absolutely fine, no problem at all. But you know, it's not like it's tight or anything. It's still finger tricks nicely. It's just slightly hard to turn than these other layers. So the ultimate shapeshifter, because it's 2x4x6. Every layer, every single direction shapeshifts. So you can shapeshift it that way, you can shapeshift it that way, and you can shapeshift it that way. So every direction shapeshifts, which adds to the interest of the puzzle, sort of thing. I've heard that the 3x5x7, which obviously is just one step up from this, is one of the hardest mass-produced puzzles made. I haven't had the chance to solve it yet myself. Hopefully I will own one at some day. It's only available as a 3D printed puzzle at the moment, but I'd really, really like one. If I do get another 3D printed puzzle, that will be my next one, I think. But yeah, the interesting story with this, the way it got mass produced, Hunter had made it for Puzzle Mad, who's one of my subscribers, probably watching this video, hopefully. Hi Kevin. I'll leave a link to his blog. He has an excellent puzzle blog that's a brilliant read. He had this made for him by Hunter because he's bought a few mods from Hunter. I've actually got one myself. My 5x5x3 is made by Hunter Palshook. He made it for Kevin, and then they talked to Calvin about getting it mass produced, and Puzzle Mad had to send it back to Hunter so he could send it to Calvin to look into getting it mass produced. And that was quite some time ago now. I was wondering when we would hear something about it, and then yeah, finally a couple of months ago Calvin sent out a notification that it's finally ready. So it's been well over a year since that happened, so I'm glad it's finally on the market and finally available. So yeah, let's get this thing scrambled up and see what it looks like scrambled, because I'm excited to see that myself. Oh, I lost a piece. That's not good. Hopefully I haven't disturbed any of the interior pieces with that. That's not good. A pop straight away. So maybe you need to be a little bit careful with the alignment on this, but since it should be quite forgiving, since it's basically the same mechanism as the 4x4x6, which doesn't pop easily or anything. Now hopefully I can scramble this correctly on my first attempt, because it's going to take a little bit of care to get fully scrambled. So So you want to do it, as with all cuboids, scramble it without shape-shifting to begin with. Yeah, I can feel that there's something, that piece that popped, there's something that catches when I turn that layer slightly. So I think there might be a little bit of flashing on one of the pieces that popped that piece out. So hopefully that will wear in the breaking in process. Okay, I think we can call that scrambled in the non-shape-shifted form. Now, you then want to scramble it just by probably doing 180 degree turns in every direction, except perhaps this one, I think. The 2x4. Let's just carry on. Yeah, because that's going to bandage more pieces doing one of these turns 90 degrees. So I think that's the way to go. Just turn these layers 90 degrees, but the long layers only 180 degrees still for the moment, because I think that gets less things bandaged. But it's already turned into essentially a 2x2x6 at the moment. I've got 2x2 there and 6 layers deep, and I think we're getting pretty close on that one. So a couple more quick turns, and then we can go into every direction, random shape-shifting moves. And I'm not entirely convinced I've done this well, because I haven't got it very much shape-shifted, have I? So I'm not convinced I've done it right, but we'll see. Maybe that's the idea. It doesn't actually shape-shift in the 2x4 bits. It's just bandages rather than shape-shifting, because it's the layer that's 2 wide and the layer that's 4 wide are actually the same size, aren't they? So yeah, it's not going to shape-shift that way. It's just going to bandage like there, where it blocks the turn. So I think that's probably right. But yeah, there we go. A scrambled 2x4x6. This is excellent. It turns very nicely, actually. Apart from that minor pop, it's only happened that one time, so hopefully it was just a minor aberration. Got the HP imprint there, and on other pieces as well. And Calvin's imprint there. And yeah, that's about it. I will go away, have a try at solving it, and I'll get back to you when I've done so. Okay then, so as you can see, it's solved again. A lot of fun. I've got on over here. A lot of fun. Turning quality is great. It did feel still kind of slightly grindy. I don't know how else to describe it. It's I think it's a little bit of a breaking in issue on the all the inner edge pieces, but it's hard to tell. It's not terrible or anything. It turns perfectly well. It's just a slight, very slight annoyance rather than an actual problem. I haven't had any more popping problems like that one that came out while I was scrambling it, so that's good. These stickers, they're still kind of half peeling. I don't know how well you can see that there. This white one here, it's got kind of a couple of like bubbles around the edges that even they press them down don't really do a lot, so I'm probably going to have to end up super gluing those down, I think. But yeah, they just don't seem to be able to grip the curved surface very well, which is a bit of a shame. That's the only real downside with the stickers. Other than that, they're very nice. Apart from the fact I can just see there that the gold Calvin's logo, as usual, is wearing out and isn't going to last very long after a couple of solves, unfortunately. But they never seem to do so, which is a shame. I wish they'd make those better quality, so that didn't happen. But oh well, it seems to be the way with all of these puzzles. All the MF8 ones do the same thing. Solving wise is slightly challenging. If you came to this as a relative newcomer to cuboids, you're going to find this quite challenging, I think. It took me quite a little while to figure out the right solving order as much as anything else. Once I got that figured out, it wasn't too bad. I guess it's taken me about 35-40 minutes to solve it, something like that. So yeah, it's not like I've been stuck on it for hours and hours and hours or anything, but yeah, it took me a little while to kind of get going and figure out what order I needed to do things in. But yeah, as I said, once I got that figured out, it was an extremely fun solving experience. I don't want to give too many spoilers away here, so I'm trying to be a bit careful about what I say about the solving, because obviously it's a brand new puzzle and a lot of you are probably going to get one, so I don't want to give any real spoilers about the solving process in this video. I might do a tutorial at some point if I get time. However, so I'm just looking there, I can actually see the interior is white. I didn't notice that. That's a little strange and annoying. You'd expect the interior to be black. That's just... well, that's just silly. Oh well, I don't suppose you see it most of the time, but I just noticed through the gap there, that's white. Anyway, as I was saying, the solving experience, if you've solved a lot of the various mass-produced cuboids on the market, then there's going to be some familiar processes to this. There's going to be something called the floppy parity, if you haven't come across it, that you're going to get on this, but it's... it's not something you would have come across generally, because there isn't really a... Witted have made one 4x4x2, but generally speaking there isn't really a widely purchased, mass-produced floppy cuboid, so to speak. So a lot of people are probably going to come to this puzzle without the knowledge of that, so that's going to be something new you're going to have to learn. But yeah, it's as I say, it's definitely a fun one. It's if you've solved lots of cuboids, you're going to have a good start on it, but if you haven't, then it's going to be a very difficult puzzle for you, I think. But yeah, definitely a fun solve. I enjoyed it immensely, thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's definitely one that will get solved regularly without any doubt whatsoever. And I can definitely recommend this to all of you out there. The quality of it is good. It hasn't got the problems that the 3x3x5 had, with the caps falling off and things, because it uses the exact same mechanism as the 4x4x6. I suspect they even used some of the same molds and things for this puzzle, possibly retooled a few, but yeah, the quality of it is fine. It feels very solid and well put together. The turning quality, I think I've talked enough about now. It's perfectly acceptable, and yeah, overall a very good puzzle, and I'd thoroughly recommend this to every one of you. Alright then guys, thanks very much for watching. I will see you next time.